Hello, greetings everybody. Jason Smith here with the Showcase Miami team with Keller Williams Capital Realty in beautiful Miami, Florida. Today, we are going to do our weekly market analysis for the neighborhood known as Pinecrest. Pinecrest is a gorgeous neighborhood. First thing that comes to mind when I think of Pinecrest, excellent schools. Many people will gravitate towards Pinecrest because if you can get into the schools there, it saves you from having to go to pay for the public schools that are very expensive, say $30,000-$40,000 a year. Thus, Pinecrest is super attractive for people, for families that are looking to have a good education for their children. That's definitely a driver for the Pinecrest market. What else comes to mind? Very residential, big, beautiful homes, big lots, not in a flood zone, most of it. It's in East Dade County. It's North and South Pinecrest. North is considered the more valuable, if you will, part of Pinecrest, only because the commute is shorter to downtown Miami from North Pinecrest. It shortens it by about 40 minutes round trip per day. All of Pinecrest is beautiful, but again, it typically gets divided between North and South Pinecrest. What else can I tell you? It's very residential. It's a suburban village. Botanical gardens are there, and that's a really a focal point of Pinecrest. It used to be the parrot jungle, which has been since moved to Miami Beach about 10, 15 years ago, where you see little parrots riding on bicycles on little high wires. Pretty impressive stuff. So I'm very proud to say that our team just had a record sale in Pinecrest. It closed last Tuesday for $981 per square foot. That's a record. No other house with a lot size under 20,000 has closed for that price in Pinecrest in the last 12 months. So we're very, very proud of that. And in a moment, I'm going to show you, Zyrell here will show you the marketing that we did for that property to garner, to yield that price per square foot. Go ahead, Zyrell. Thank you, Zyrell. Appreciate that. So yes, that was a home. Actually, that was a property that had been bought a few years ago in the 600,000s, and the owner upgraded it, did a remarkable job remodeling the house, and the buyers fell in love with it and were willing to pay a record price of $981 per square foot. And it was a very good investment on their part, I believe. Again, Pinecrest Schools, turnkey home, beautifully staged by the seller. Everything was remodeled, and it was just a great deal for all involved, all concerned. So now I'm going to show it to you on the MLS. So it's not just Jason talking. You're going to see this is what has sold if we do the criteria on MLS the last 365 days. And if you do single family, which we have highlighted here, and then we do 20,000 square foot or less for the lot size property results. This shows you from highest to lowest the cost per square foot. And the original list price that we had was over $1,000 per square foot at 1.550. And we closed last Tuesday at 1.470. And the house was 1,498 square feet. So it's a smaller home that we sold for 1.47 million. It closed again for $981 per square foot, which is this 1.47 million price. And just to let you know, in the last 12 months, the lowest price per square foot that has sold is this one here at $206 per square foot has been the lowest cost per square foot. And that one is here, this one, which basically was for land. So basically they're building a new house on the site. So that's what it reflects here. 6795 square feet. No, I'm sorry, that would be for, yeah, it's to build your custom dream home. So, and they had a 15,000 lot size, and they basically, that was that product right there. I'd also like to show you here in terms of what's available in Pinecrest, just so you have a picture of what does our money get us in Pinecrest right now. I'll show you from lowest to highest. So we've got the map area of Pinecrest here. First of all, it's east of US 1. It's 88th Street is the northern border, which is Kendall Drive. The southern border is Southwest 136th Street. And then in the east border is pretty much Red Road over here on the east side. So if we go down and we just minimize it a little bit, that is Pinecrest. So if we click on results for single family, we'll see highest to lowest. So let's go here. So here we are. Map results again. Okay, thank you for your patience. Okay, so we're looking at active only, active properties, and then we're looking again in Pinecrest, and we'll click on results. We'll go we'll go lowest to highest. Lowest that's available, A representing A, that's available right now is on a busier street, 13600 Southwest 84th Avenue. And here is a picture of it. It's 1,099 is what they're asking. Sorry, 1,099,000. I should say 1,099,000. It's a 2,800 square foot house. It's been days on market 9 days, and their lot size is 12,420. So that's the lowest price home available right now in Pinecrest. It's a ranch style home. Looks like it has impact windows, new hurricane impact windows. Looks like it's got a new roof, nicely updated. So quite a lot of house for $1,099,000, in my opinion, in Pinecrest. This is what that gets you right now. And in a moment, I will share with you what the highest price available right now in Pinecrest is, just to give you some perspective. Looks like it's got some virtual staging in here. I'm not sure if it's real furniture. Hard to tell these days. Nicely put together, this home, updated. So there we have it. And now we'll go back to that's one. So that one, they're asking $390 per square foot. Again, to give you perspective, we're very proud that ours just sold for $981 per square foot. Shows you that what really matters is the marketing that you employ for these listings. Now we're going to do this one. This one is asking price of $16.5 million. Price has been reduced. They're asking $12.52 per square foot. Asking. It's on 2 acres, 84,000 square feet of land. Let's take a look at what 16.5 million gets you in Pinecrest in today's market. High ceilings, volume, modern. Luxury. The details, the lighting, windows, just lots of natural light pouring in, open floor plan. Beautiful home. Long corridors. So that's what 16.5 million asking gets you in Pinecrest now. So now we're going to go over to Trend Graphics, and we're going to basically see, which is some proprietary software that we pay for that allows you to see if it's a seller advantage or a buyer advantage in each price point here in Pinecrest. But as we see the rest of these photos here, so you get the idea, this is what 16.5 million gets you today in Pinecrest on a 2 acre lot. movie theater, gorgeous. I would imagine there's a wine cellar in there somewhere. Summer kitchen outdoors. Palatial home, isn't it? Palatial. 3-car garage, perhaps maybe you can put 2 cars on top of each other right here. It appears. Gorgeous home. All right, so moving on, we're looking here at trend graphics. Zyrel, do you see the trend graphics that we have?
Right now, yeah, there it is.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so here we are. We're looking at, this is the MLS in graph format, and I'm going to put in here, I'm going to plug in Pinecrest, which we've already done, single family homes only from $1 to $2 million. To me, this is the most important graph right here, is months of inventory, because in a snapshot, it tells you whether the sellers or whether the buyers have the advantage. And what it tells us here, 6 months, as you may have heard in the past from us, 6 months is a neutral market whereby neither the seller nor the buyer has the advantage. If it's less than 6 months of inventory, seller has the advantage, seller's market, prices are rising. If it's more than 6 months of inventory, buyer advantage, prices are gently dropping depending on how many months. And how do they come up with that conclusion right there? Basically, you divide, in this case, 8 available homes for August just passed between 1 and 2 million, divided by 3 comes out to 2.7, meaning it would take 2.7 months at that consumption rate to sell these 8 homes here on the right if nothing else came on the market. So let's jump back to months of inventory again. So seller's market in August just passed. Extreme seller's market in July, less than 1 month, 9/10 of 1 month of inventory for July. Half of a month, meaning in 2 weeks, everything would sell in that 1 to 2 million range if nothing else came on the market. So, and that coincides, as we can see here, with peak season for Pinecrest single family, which is typically the early summer, the summer. That's when people are relocating. They want to be in the great school district, so they don't want to interrupt the children's school year. So what do? They look for properties in the springtime, and then they go under contract in the late spring and early summer so they can close before school starts back up. And that bears out right here when you see how much of a frenzy it is in terms of seller advantage, starting pretty much in March, April, May, June, July. And you get to August, and as is customary, that typically it's less of a frenzy as people are settled into their new home, they're starting to close. And then you contrast that with February, right after the holidays, when it's 14 months of inventory, which is a buyer advantage, right? And then December, even more so, 17 months of inventory. 6 months again is neutral, so it's very big. So what does the contrarian say? The contrarian would say that if you want to get a good deal in Pinecrest, the best time to be looking here would have been in December. Typically is in December, but also in February, it was a good month as well. And then you look back. So question I have in mind is, how does August of 2023 compare to August of 2022? The conclusion, it was a seller's market back then at 4.7 months, but it's even more of a seller advantage right now at 2.7 months. So that's very good information to know if you're out there looking to sell or to buy. And this is what it looks like in number of properties available. Here at one point in November, you had 22 available and then 0 pending, and a few that went under contract that closed that month. Now let's take a look at 2 to 3 million and see how that compares. But by the way, I'm going to show you here just average price per square foot. Again, you're seeing the average price per square foot for the properties that sold is 602, 638, 488, 706, 599, 650. That's why we're so proud of that $981 per square foot that we just completed last Tuesday. And this would be again in the $1 million to $2 million range, just to verify that. Days on market, just to give you an idea, 11 days on market in August, 56 days on market in July, 67 days on market. Gives you an idea. What does that compare to last August? It's the same thing here, same thing. But you see July. In July of last year, average days on market was 13 days versus this July was 2 months almost, a big difference. So the buyers are more cautious today than they were when they had 10 offers on every property about a year ago, a year and a half ago. So that's the difference right there. People can take their time a bit more to evaluate. They didn't have that luxury a year ago. Here we have what percentage of the list price are properties selling for. They're selling for 96% in August, 90% in July, 90% in June, 94% in May. Okay. Average price, basically what they're asking versus what they're selling for. Just gives you some more information. So now we're going to go to 2 million to 3 million range in Pinecrest for single family. Let's see what it says. We already know that the months of inventory was 2.7 months in the previous graph. Even more of a seller advantage now in the 2 to 3 versus 1 to 2 range, 1 to 2 million. It's just 1.6 months of inventory in August just passed. So extreme seller's market. Previous month was 3 months. Previous month before that was 1.6 months. So seller's market, 2 to 3 million. What are we looking at in terms of numbers of homes for sale? There was 11 homes for sale in August, 7 went pending, and 7 more closed in August. Compare that to the previous August where there were 18, not far from twice as much, available back in August of 2022. 6 pending, same consumption, 5 closed. So hence, it's more of a seller advantage now than it was a year ago. What are we looking at in terms of price per square foot? $699 for the ones that closed in the 2 to 3 million range, $644, $590, $776, $697. How did that compare to August of last year? $688 last year, $699 this year. So the market continues to improve in the favor of the sellers in Pinecrest for 2 to 3 million single family. Days on market, 29 days on market for those that sold in August, 101 days on the market. What was it like last year? It was 51, 26 days on market. What are they selling for? They're selling for 93, 95, 94, 97, 98% of the original list price. Okay, so that's great. So now we're going to go into the 3 to 4 million range. What does that offer? So 2 to 3, 3 to 4 million is. So if you're a seller or a buyer looking in that 3 to 4 million range in Pinecrest to either sell or buy, this graph is for you. Now we're starting to see more of a buyer advantage in the above 3 million mark. So 10 months of inventory, which signifies buyer advantage, buyer's market, prices coming down based on that. However, if you look at the peak season that we talked about, April, May, June, July, right here, it was seller advantage. What does that tell you? It says that you really want to be on the market in peak season in those months as people are looking before they go under contract during the summer as they relocate schools. 3.3, 2.5, 2.5, 3.7, seller advantage, all of them. And then again, during the holidays, you saw buyer's market in October, buyer's market in November. Interestingly, seller's market in December. And then in January, February, before the peak season really got heated up, it was 11 or 12 months, buyer advantage. What does it look like in terms of average price per square foot for 3 to 4 million? Then 1,354 square feet for some of these bigger lots, acre lots that you're seeing in that price range. 834 square feet per square foot, 644. Okay, comparing that to last year you saw $1,012 per square foot average. Now it's $1,354 per square foot average for these homes on bigger lots. July was $834 of this year versus July of last year, $780. So still in seller favor from that standpoint. Days on the market, 37 days in August, 78 days in July, 97 days in June. Average price for sale and sold, shows you what they're asking versus what properties are selling for right here, this graph. And we've seen the months of inventory. So great. So now let's take a quick peek at 4 to 5 million single family in Pinecrest. So we saw it in peak season, it was actually over 12 months of inventory, May, June, July. April, 5.5, pretty much a neutral market. And then seller advantage in August just passed, interestingly enough. For sale versus how many sold. If you've got in the 4 to 5 million range, you've got 11 homes available, pretty much, 11 to 13 homes, it looks like, over the last 14 months. Okay. Average price per square foot for these $4 to $5 million homes is $946, $1,015, $742, $884. Again, these are typically homes with over 20,000 square foot lots, typically in the closer to an acre. Okay. Days on market for this price range is 102, 5, 32, 66. March was a year, believe it or not, almost 365 days. All right, now we'll take a look at the 4 to 5 million range. Sorry, we'll take a look at the 5 to 7 million range. 5 to 7, 7.5 it lets us do. And there we have months of inventory, which is the most important indicator. 14 months, so it's a buyer advantage because it's over 6 months. 17 months, 6.5 months, 17 months, 5.7 months. So yes, fewer buyers in that 5 to 7.5 million range, hence properties sit on the market longer and there's more months of inventory. How many are there for sale? There actually have been 14, so quite a lot for sale, between 14 and 20 available over the past year. And you saw that peaking demand in January, February, 3 went under contract, 1 closed, 3 went under contract, 2 closed in January and February. Average price per square foot in this 5 to 7.5 million range is 812, 737, 1,036, 785, 1,047. Okay, let's compare July of this year to July of last year. 737 per square foot average sale price, 945 per square foot average sales price. Let's look at June, 866 of 2022, 1,036 per square foot of June this year. Days on market in this 5 to 7.5 million category, 78 days on average days on market, 42 days, 17 days, 13 days, 58 days. Now, what are they selling for? The selling price versus the original list price is 95% of the original asking price, 89% in July, 101% of the original list price, meaning you had some bidding wars going on, 99%, 98%. And then finally, we're going to take a look at the 7.5 and over market in Pinecrest. What does that look like in terms of months of inventory and the rest of those metrics? Again, buyer advantage, 14 months, 17 months, neutral market, 6.5 months in June, 17 months in May, 5.5 months, 5.7, which is a neutral market in April. And what does that look like compared to last year? Pretty similar to last year, so not much change. There have been between 13 and 20 homes available in Pinecrest in the last year, 7.5 million or over. Average price per square foot for that price range has been 812 per square foot, 737 per square foot, 1,036 per square foot. Days on market for that price range is 78 days on market average, 42 days. Peak season, as we mentioned before, only 13 days on market in May, 17 days on market in June, 58 days on market in April. All right, and then they're selling for 89%, 95% of asking price in the June, July, and August months. And there we have it. That completes this update of the Pinecrest single family market in all the different price ranges. It does not include condo, just Pinecrest. As I've said before, anything you need in terms of Miami real estate, if you'd like to have this analysis done for your property in the Miami-Dade area, or even Broward for that matter, we're happy to do it. If you'd like to get a complimentary market analysis with our opinion on the value of your home, the market value of your home, feel free to DM me on this platform, or better yet, you see right behind me my cell phone number. So feel free to call or text me on this number, 786-326-8115, and I'll be happy to give you a complimentary valuation of your South Florida property. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Until next week, here we are signing out with Pinecrest. Zyrel, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Jason. Don't forget, everyone, to like our video, subscribe to our channel, and click on the notification bell so you'll be updated of our next market update. Leave a comment below and tell us what Miami neighborhood you want us to feature next. Back to you, Jason.
Thank you, Zyrel. Take care, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.